All right, I think this is my favorite topic. It is the super prompt or the mega prompt. So you see this icon right here? This is a copy icon. All you have to do is click it and it copies what's there for you to copy. Now, what's there for you to copy is our mega prompt or our super prompt. What is that? So essentially, here, I'm going to click on it. And now I'm going to grab this Word document here. I'm going to paste. Control V. It is a huge document that tells LLMs, it tells Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini, or whatever other one you want to use, all about really global, who you are. It takes every attribute that you have selected in the onboarding process, and it teaches the LLM exactly what's on this page. It goes from the very top. It explains every picture, every part of the keyword, or every section that you have to enter something in. It literally describes this entire page to those LLMs, all about you, and it gives it a prompt that you don't have to do a single thing other than paste it into one of those LLMs, and it's going to write out your entire profile page for you. It's even going to suggest images that you can take with your camera or prompts that you can literally give image generators like Midjourney or Gemini or even ChatGPT. So let me just show you I'm going to show you just cutting and pasting and show you what's going to happen. And you could stop watching this video at that point. Or you could stay longer, and I'm going to show you how to massage even this mega prompt to make it even more customized for you. But let me go ahead and click this button. And now I'm going to go to, this is a free account, by the way. This is a brand new free account. You can see I'm not logged in. I just went to chatgpt.com, and I'm just going to click Control V, and I'm going to paste. I'm going to do the same thing with Claude. This is a free Claude account. I just used a Gmail account, but I'm not paying anything for this. I'm going to paste it in here. And then this is a Gemini account. I did have to log in with a Google account, but this is still a free account that I'm not paying for. So you just need a Google email address, which is free. And you can see sometimes they ask you questions and sometimes they just start cranking things out. So you can see that ChatGPT, it's just cranking stuff out. Check this out. Card title. And so my card title starts with my name because that's how it's set up, right? This is my card title. Starts with my name and then a title that would go over here, right? So it's suggesting, and this is based on what I filled out in this sample, this actual, in the details, services, and identity for this exact profile, I selected these things. So it came up with 5 options for titles. It then came up with 5 different sets of key services that I could literally just cut and paste right into these key services. Now, I don't have to, of course, use any of this, but I could literally cut and paste different ones, or I could edit these, but it just might get you thinking. And this is the whole point of the super prompt. You can do whatever you want with it. I mean, you could copy and paste it verbatim, no edits, into your profile. You could use none of it, but learn something from it or get ideas, or somewhere in the middle, you could start editing these things, getting your own voice into it, and make changes. So here's the suggestions for photo and media. Here's a long description for the description section with some variants. These are the key services. It gave me actually up to 6, and it knows how long these blocks of text are, right? It knows these key services on the profile page can only be 300 characters. It knows the character count for every single field. It's built into the prompt. And then it came up with some content modules. Now, it's interesting here on ChatGPT free, it's not as I will tell you, it's a little bit better when you have a paid subscription. You will get, this is the first time I've seen it not produce way more content, right? So let's see how Claude did. Claude also goes through the same thing. Look at a little bit longer. So each of these LLMs, Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini, they're different, right? They have different programming. They're going to give you different options. So I like to kind of compare which voice I like. And so look at how much, though, you can choose from all of this. And see, you can see how Claude actually did 4 different modules, and it gave a title, an image suggestion, and then a body for each one, right? So, and then let's see how Gemini did. Yeah, I mean, all this content only based on the prompt itself and the information that I laid out. Now, you can customize this. And so if you're done with this video and all you do is want to cut and paste, you don't have to watch the rest. But if you do want to add a little bit more flavor to your liking and change this, you can. I just want to show you. So at the very top of this prompt, so all I did was cut and paste this into Microsoft Word, or you can do a text file, and then it gives you the opportunity to edit. So here's the instructions. It tells you how to cut and paste, but then it also says optional tweaks, right? Skip if you're happy letting AI decide, which is what we did the first time. But you can set the tone, you can pick a voice, and you can also pick your 5 key attributes. The AI in the straight cutting and pasting just picked which attributes it wanted to. I have no idea how it decides to do that, but it did. But there are voices. So as you start, so there's a voice and there's a tone. So what I mean by that is if you scroll down, first of all, when you scroll down, you'll see there's a big, huge chunk of information just about Really Global. So it really understands the context of what this prompt is all about. It then goes through and teaches it the layout of the page. It then goes through all the rules. You can see the rules here, how it needs to follow the name and the title is less than 84 characters, blah, blah, blah. But look at this. Here's a tone selector. Right now, the tone says tone equals warm professional, but you could change it to friendly. You could change it to authoritative. You could change it to playful. You can actually, these are just suggestions. You could change the tone to any 1 or 2 word phrases you want. Then down below, you can actually select a voice in a different to a tone. So look at you. All you have to do is pick a name. These are suggestions. So you have Brene Brown, Tony Robbins, Adam Grant, Seth Godin, Toni Morrison, Simon Sinek. Like you could just, the default, I forgot to remove this. So I had selected Simon Sinek before and I forgot to remove that. But yeah, so you can just change the voice. Now you don't even have to use, these are just suggested voices. You could pick any voice for any writer that you want to. And really, these LLMs have just been trained on so much content. So someone who has written a lot or is prolific, you could just put that voice in there and it will tailor the writing style based on that person's voice. And of course, there's a section here for adding extra notes or links. You could put a link to your LinkedIn page or your Facebook page. You could literally cut and paste all kinds of things that you've written about yourself. So there's some opportunities here. You can also change the angle. So so there's different angles, right? I've talked about that in some of my videos. But look, you can define what angles you want things to use. So outcome and benefit focused, framework and method focus, credentials, emotional promises, bold hook and a teaser. And so you can see here that it used A, C, and E. So A was outcome and benefit. C is a niche audience. And then E is a bold hook and teaser. And so these are the active angles. So when it went to write descriptions or key services, it selected from these active angles, and you can just choose which angles you want. So in my particular thing, I had given it 5 attributes, the ones that I liked the best. But if you leave this blank, it'll just pick those for you. Again, this is cut and paste and do nothing, or very simply come into here and just find the voice section and the tone selection. So you can give it a tone and a voice very easily by simply putting the right word here next to tone equals and voice equals. And then if you want, add the keywords or the attributes that you want it to focus on instead of letting it pick its own. So if you just did those 3 things, you can really fine tune what is written and how it is written. And yet you can do none of that and just copy and paste, stick it into a free tool or a paid tool. The paid tools allow you to usually upscale which model you're using, so you'll get slightly better output than the free models, but the free models still do a great job. So don't feel pressured to sign up just for this one task. If you already have a subscription, great. But you can get a lot of great output absolutely free. And again, copy and paste it, use it as is, use none of it, or let it motivate you to edit or inspire you to take ideas or just work with it. And of course, you can go back and forth with these LLMs and saying, hey, I like what you said here, but please add this, or please talk more about that. So you can definitely spend time molding it, crafting it, having those conversations, and get it just right. And of course, you don't have to use the mega prompt at all. You can write the whole thing by yourself. But the whole purposes of this is I want to make this as easy as possible, or I want to make it as supportive as possible for you in whatever ways you desire. So I hope you play with it. I think you'll get a lot out of it. And know that the more you play with it, the more comfortable you'll get with it, the nuances, changing the voice, changing the tone, picking the attributes, and you can really massage this page into something that you really feel good about if you're not comfortable writing it from scratch. And with that, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.